Hi there, folks. Good almost morning to all of you. It's almost quarter to midnight. Very soon it's going to be early morning. So I already have done a video for you tonight. I mean, earlier today. And I plan to do summer list once more. I'm going to have 10 fragrances for you, which I think you can wear for nighttime. And some of them are going to surprise you a little bit, but I'll explain to you one by one why they're here. Okay. Hopefully you're doing good. And do not take this list very seriously like this your life depends on it, nothing like it. Basically these are just for fun, these are something we do as hobbies, just to keep the game entertaining. If you find these annoying or useless, you can skip the video, no problem. Okay, so I will speak very briefly on each 10 fragrances, and I have reviewed all of them on my channel. Full review, you can just type the fragrance name and then you can see full review on my channel. Sometimes I notice some of the people goes like, I don't understand what you're saying, I didn't make that name, like, don't be so lazy. Read in the description box, I write down, I take extra trouble for you. So if you don't understand, if you don't speak English perhaps, but the names are there, so please do check before bashing too much. So I mix it up with kind of like a darker fragrances, night, noir theme fragrances, which I like wearing in nighttime, and I think they will work really fine. Some of them work really good in winter as well, but I think I'll explain to you why. Now, currently in Bangladesh, weather is kind of like overcast, so it's nice breezy. So imagine a little bit of breeze going, a little bit of overcast condition, rain. These fragrances work really well. Okay, so number 10, I'll start with this one. This is one of the fragrances. I mean, no one talks about it. I think this is called Platinum, Dunhill Desire Platinum, and I got this, like from one page from Bangladesh. When they brought it, they didn't even know they had it. So I got it. I was like, okay, I love this line. I'm a big fan of this line, Dunhill Desire line. I reviewed everything from this line. Check out my Dunhill Desire line review. This is the most unique from the line. Okay, there are some other ones. They are freshy. Some of them are sweet. Some of them are ozonic. This one, as Max Forte says, as I remember, it's similar to something very dark, niche territory. It's a tobacco-based fragrance, and I can tell you that one thing: this fragrance is not for everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea, which is good and bad at the same time. Let me spray this in the air a little bit, then I'll tell you. When I smell this, man, this fragrance is so different. Something Tom Ford Noir Anthracite. You see the bottle is similar to this, but Noir Anthracite is very different fragrance. But the conceptually, like what they did in Tom Ford, I find a similar sort of a brilliance in this. Longevity is very good. And when you wear this, if you're bored of wearing the same fragrance like Sauvage and Dylan Blue or Prada L'Homme, try this, something different from Dunhill line, and it's going to be affordable too. Dunhill Desire Platinum, only thing, fingerprint magnet, it gets a bit dirty, you have to keep it clean by wiping it. Number 9, I want to give love to this fragrance because I bought it, and after many years, I did not find it in any of my top 10 or top 12, 15 videos, which is not right. I think this is like a new line of Givenchy Gentleman, and they already have quite a few flankers from this line, but this is the originator. It has pink pepper, pear, some of the other notes, and it's a little bit of I get maybe there is violet leaves. It's sweet, it's fresh, it's kind of spicy. It's this nice little mix. And I think there's a pink peppercorn as well. Very entertaining fragrance if you are a big fan of spice bomb kind of fragrances and you want a little bit of freshness added on the top. This is the kind of fragrance you can try. It works fine in winter as well, but I like this fragrance. It's different. It doesn't smell like anything else, but reminds me a little bit of Givenchy Gentleman only, a little bit of the DNA, but it's much more updated. Definitely check it out for nighttime. I think it's excellent fragrance. Givenchy Gentleman EDT. Number 8, a little bit of freshness but with darkness. This is Nuit d'Issey by Issey Miyake, and I believe these fragrances, I don't know why I have there's a line on the bottle. I don't know if I dropped it or it got dragged. I don't know. I hope it's not cracked. So I got this for a reason. This is like, if you know Issey Miyake does this fresh yuzu, lime, and basically a fresh citrusy fragrance for summer. But this kind of fragrance, they also have the noir, and they have the noir ambre, and this one I think they have perfume version, quite a few dark ones. Okay, even the incense, like I think there's an incense version. So Issey Miyake did some great fragrance for nighttime. This is one of the underrated ones. It has a little bit smoky. I get a bit of a smoky. It's a very nice little mix of yuzu and then dark and incense sort of vibe. And I find this fragrance similar to nothing. It's not similar to anything. It's very, very unique. And I think this fragrance performs really well. Perhaps late night, let's just go a couple of sprays. This kind of fragrances you do not have in your shelf usually, like 10 similar fragrances. Okay, these are Issey Miyake. Issey Miyake hardly copies any DNA. I think this fragrance will work beautifully if the night is breezy in summertime. Check this out when you're going out with the boys or going for a drive, and there's like a maybe right after the rain that the moon is out. Great fragrance. Okay, Nuit de by Issey Miyake, very mysterious fragrance at that. So the first three was a little bit on the spicy side. Let's sweeten things up a little bit. Okay. I'll go with this, my favorite fragrance from Jean-Paul Gaultier, Scandal for Men, Scandal Pour Homme. Okay. When I got this at first, I said it surprised me in a way. Like this fragrance, perhaps if you look at the juice color, the name, and if you smell it, at first it will feel like the similar genre of fragrances where ultra male, Paco Rabanne Phantom, this kind of fragrances belong. But Jean-Paul Gaultier did a little bit different here. I found this fragrance to be better performing in summer nights or morning rather than winter. Winter, this fragrance lasts a long time but doesn't project. If it gets a little bit of heat, this, of course, the first formula, like the cap is also very beautiful. This is really sweet and very, very good performing, like CK Reveal. It reminds me of that. And a little bit of CK 1 Million's Lucky, but a bit more sweet. So if you actually enjoy sweet fragrance, you'll enjoy this at nighttime. If you're going clubbing or something, this is like new 1 million. Okay, so Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal, very beautiful bottle. I really like the sweetness of it, and there's a little bit of freshness up top as well. A very nice fragrance, very long lasting nighttime for summer. Great fragrance. Number 6, and hit top 5. Number 6 is this fragrance. I actually think this house is very underrated because they provide quality. Luxodor is one house. They sent me a couple of fragrances when I started discovering them from their Dubai outlet, and I do thank Fragrantica Bangladesh for sending me some of them, and I bought few of them. They have some great fragrances, man, and the presentation is so good. I'm going to show you Prince. Okay, Prince I picked up for a few reasons. One thing is magnetic cap, which is very, very good, and the bottle is very beautiful. But some of the new ones, they have metal plate here or golden plate. Looks very premium. Another thing is these fragrances last, and there's no syntheticness, nothing up top. And the best part of this fragrance, it has a similarity to, let's say, imagine you mix Aventus slash Oud for Greatness or Oud for Glory, one of those. And it gives you a little bit of a sweetness, a little bit of spices, and you get that opening of Aventus a little bit. So this fragrance is a hybrid. And when you talk about hybrid, you think of vampire movies, you think of lichens and stuff. This fragrance is sort of like a lichen for me in Underworld. What's that movie called, Underworld? I forgot the name of the movie, where she's the vampire and then, she's the main character. Anyway, so this fragrance is super nice, super beautiful. If you actually enjoy Aventus-ish kind of fragrances on a budget, very, very good fragrance. It's not super cheap, but I think on the summer night, you'll get great performance, like Supremacy, not only intense, Supremacy in Oud, if you like those. This is a hybrid of those two. Okay, amazing fragrance for nighttime. Prince by Luxodor. So top 5, I'll go number 5 is a popular choice. I have to show you this Acqua di Gio Profumo. Darkness of, it's like a king of darkness you can see in the Freshie. Okay, this is exactly Acqua di Gio with a lot of spices and patchouli. And I will not say it's a patchouli heavy fragrance because the ones I have, like a patchouli intense from Nikolai, it doesn't smell like those patchouli or anything. It's just like a freshness with a little bit more amped up spices, which makes it last a long time. And you feel this fragrance is a bit light, compared to, let's say, some of the other heavy ones. But honestly speaking, when I smell this on other people, they are heavily projecting. It's just like I go nose blind when I use it. It's just funny how it works. And I don't have the magnetic cap anymore, that version, but the newer ones are fine, no problem. Just that they save some cost by not giving magnetic cap. That's not nice. Okay, but I like the metal base. These are very expensive still, very expensive. If you have the cash, save up, buy this fragrance. You'll enjoy this a lot. I'm telling you, even winter, summer, like Dylan Blue, Amara, and this on the same level. Okay, so that good. All are very, very super nice. And this fragrance, it smells a little bit like a mature man. Like some girls say this is like my father or uncle. Don't be disheartened by that. It means like you are a mature person, you have good taste, and you perhaps are successful and wear fragrance for yourself, not for compliments. Who cares what people think about you? Like if you enjoy it, that's the most important part. Okay, so Acqua di Gio Profumo, always a popular choice. It's a sad thing they discontinued Essenza, which I loved a lot. I wish I had Essenza. I have one bottle, but the juice level gone, like the juice gone bad. So number 4, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Some of you will be like, no, this is winter heavy. And I do say it's winter fragrance, which is called La Nuit de l'Homme. So La Nuit de l'Homme is the night of a man. That's the name, La Nuit de l'Homme. And I think this is my, I don't know, I forgot the batch, what batch this was. I think 2014 perhaps, or 16, I don't remember. So this is kind of like a darker juice, as you can see, compared to my other La Nuit de l'Homme. I don't have a vintage of 2010. This is basically a very good performing La Nuit de l'Homme, and it has amped up cardamom and sweetness. I seldom reach for it. I have a 200 ml somewhere there of 2018, which is like newer version to it. That is also very good performer. But La Nuit de l'Homme, know one thing: if you are going to impress someone at night time, let's say dating scenario, going for a movie or something, do not apply it 4 hours before you leave the house, or do not apply before leaving the house on the bike or something. It's going to disappear. Take an atomizer, like a Decant or something like it, spray right before you meet her, before you give her a hug. Make sure you transfer some of it from your clothes to her, let's say hair, or on her, so she'll smell you, because fragrances last longer on women and they remember that impression. And perhaps she'll just love that fragrance on you. It's very masculine, sexy. This is one of those fragrances, is a sheer thing with women. Like she will definitely find you mysterious, definitely would like to know you more. Mysterious man, definitely. So La Nuit de l'Homme, winter, summer, it works really nice. But I would say if you have Albai Al Dimashki, El Nuit, I think that's the phrase. You can layer those two, this and that, you will be invincible mode. Okay, 3 hours, excellent performance, and after that, 2 more hours of longevity. But great fragrance for nighttime. La Nuit de l'Homme still rocks. Okay, so I have top three. I'll start with 1 million, but not 1 million OG. I would say 1 million Elixir. This is my favorite version of 1 million right now. I like many of them in this line, but something about Elixir, the niche heads, the people who already have graduated, so-called graduated to niche indie, they'll find this fragrance very, very childish, and they'll say, hey, this fragrance are not for me. It's too sweet. It's too bubblegummy, too synthetic. No problem. But you know what sells in the market? This kind of fragrances. People like the bottles. There's a new one out. I forgot the name. It has a red center. I want to try that. I'm a big fan of 1 million line, to be honest. This has great performance, great push, and overall great fragrance for nighttime if you like sweet fragrance. Just similar to Scandal, way superior in terms of smell. Check it out, 1 million Elixir, number 3. So number 2 and number 1, a little bit of different class, okay? Until now, the 8 I showed you, they're really good fragrances, but the top 2 are special, always in my heart. Like La Nuit de l'Homme, these 2 are always, I have soft spot for them, okay? Number 2, Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler. You can get the Mugler version, Thierry Mugler, whatever you get a bottle. If you did not ever experience this fragrance and this is discontinued, never brought back, you will miss out on something great. This is a masterpiece. Some people are paying $250 now, just like those older times when they got discontinued first. And now Thierry Mugler is no longer Thierry Mugler. They're just now Mugler. I have my last bottle. And when I tell you, this fragrance is supposed to be a winter fragrance, but I enjoy this on summer nights. It brings out that cherry tobacco note so much, the honey, and you can enjoy Naxos. Naxos is so beautiful. Naxos is a niche version of this, but side by side, for the price what you get in Thierry Mugler, there's just no fragrance as good as this. Okay, in designer realm, this is like a prince. Okay, so number 2, Pure Havane, pure masculinity and so good performer. Okay, so cherry tobacco with honey. Number 1, so many people ask me, Joy, can I use this in summertime? Nowadays, due to reformulation, this is no longer the beast it used to be with the silver stem, and this is Dior Homme Intense. But when I say there's not a beast, oh no, sorry, you're gonna hear my watch, the Casio watch is gonna go with the alarm because it's midnight. So when I picked it up for the first time, I felt like this fragrance, it's great fragrance for winter perhaps, but as time went by, I realized this fragrance can be worn in the summers as well, daytime as well. Okay, why? Because a little bit lighter, a little bit more citrusy, and it has this carrot vibe, and it has iris. I sometimes detect like a makeup box that people say I do detect it, I do sense it like that. But Dior Homme Intense is just pure magic in a bottle. If you ask me what's more lovable to me than Pure Havane or La Nuit de l'Homme, is Dior Homme Intense. Okay, I'm not going to explain that. You should try it if you never tried it. Perhaps you'll not like it as much as I did. I bought very first time when I started collecting. This was one of my first bottles. This one and Alirom Sport Eau Extreme, which works great in summers also. But Dior Homme Intense now you can use the newer formulation in summers as well. Those are the 10 fragrances I would highly recommend for summer nights, especially if it's a little bit cloudy, it's just raining. And this is going to be really sexy and mysterious. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and do let me know what you think of these fragrances. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.